Right at the top of the show, we were joined by top boxing promoter Frank Warren, who gave us his view of this historic night on December the 23rd in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I think so. I think because we've got a situation where there's all these fights on one card, and each one of these fights could be a bill topper in its own right. So it's a fantastic fight card. As much as, and all of us wanted to see Wilder and Joshua fight, but this is a start, hopefully, to get it on. At least we're working hard to make the thing happen, and they're in tough fights themselves. Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder's a good fight. You know, Joseph Parker, we've all seen him over here. He's a tough competitor. He's only ever been stopped once, and I think, you know, Deontay having those fights with Tyson, who knows if he's, you know, what he's got left, and if he's got anything in the tank, we'll find out. And as for Anthony Joshua, he's fighting Otto Wallin, who's only lost one fight, and that was to Tyson Fury.
So there we go. An historic night, a special night on December the 23rd. Joshua Wallin, Wilder Parker, Dubois Miller, and a whole bunch of other fighters as well on the night. talkSPORT's Fight Night host Adam Catterall joins us live. Adam, good afternoon to you. How do you view it?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How the devil are we? We good?
Good. Thank you, mate. What's your take on this?
It's a huge step in the right direction. I can't disagree with the majority of what Frank was just saying there. Obviously, from a fight fan's point of view, there's going to be disappointment when you see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder on the same card and you find out that they're not fighting each other. You're going to wonder why. But this is a massive step in the right direction. We've got a lot of big names on the same card. The positives that I take from yesterday's announcement are that we've got multiple amounts of promoters. I think 12 in total, I was told yesterday, promoters and managers, that are all working together to put on one night with some of the biggest names in the heavyweight division in particular. It was great to see Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn finally together. Fingers crossed that's the sign of things to come, that they'll be able to work together going forward and bring the big fights. The best analogy that I can give for people that are listening to the show this morning, the way that I'm looking at this, like I said, it's a step in the right direction. It's not what we all asked for, but it's a step in the right direction. And the analogy that I've come up with is, for a long period of time, we've been asking for champagne. Promoters have been promising us champagne. Several times they promised us champagne, but yesterday they dished up a decent bottle of Prosecco. Now, that's all well and good. If you look back 12 months, we were demanding champagne and they were promising us champagne and they were dishing up a pint of warm lager. So that's the development that we've made, I think, over the last 12 months. We're at a stage now where we're going in the right direction. This afternoon, they're going to announce something else. And hopefully that's the start of the champagne next year. I think we're on the cusp of something potentially really good. We're not there yet. I'm excited about what's coming up on December 23rd. There's some real good Jeopardy fights. It's not the ones that we asked for, granted, but we're going in the right direction.
Yeah. So, I mean, are we witnessing the heavyweight division, do you think, Adam, kick-starting its engines again?
Oh, it's been dead for ages, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's been so much chat. There's been so much hot air, a lot of talking, not enough walking. And it's amazing what a big bag of cash can do. You know, you stick that on the table, it satisfies people's greed and ego, and it puts them on the right path. And fingers crossed 2024 is going to see us all on the right path for the fights that we want to see. Yeah,
well, Simon, yesterday, certainly there was plenty of chat from those who were on the platform. One, Jarrell Miller, was particularly gobby when he was having a chat with Anthony Joshua.
We all know for a fact that AJ don't want no smoke with Deontay.
Shut the
even though...
Start with me, you know.
Even though...
Yeah. Miller, don't start with me. You know I'll come over there and slap you, and I see you brought your mum here again. I see you brought your mum here again because you need a rent paid.
Boy, shut up. You're not built like that. But like I was saying, we all know that no smoke with Deontay. As much as I don't like Deontay, I know Deontay will put that in the grave. So I'll make it easy for you. Either you can fight Deontay and go to the grave, or fight me and go to the hospital. Either way, you can get your whooped. So pick your poison. So let's stop all that talking. Take Eddie Hearn out your and pick somebody that really can fight. Either me or Deontay, one of us Americans whoop your So stop running over your English muffin.
You are not doing nothing.
Listen, bro. You softer than baby.
You are not doing nothing to me. Watch your mouth.
You let my little cousin
Miller,
Eddie Reese
watch your mouth.
You softer than
watch
baby.
Your mouth. I'll come over
Stop
there
running from me. Stop running from Deontay. Man, up and fight somebody with a heartbeat, bro. Shut up.
What did you think of it, Simon? I mean, do you think Miller was the one selected to liven up proceedings?
Yes, I do. I think that's precisely what it was engineered to do. I think someone was there to make some noise and create some controversy, and J.R. Miller did it and brought some interest and intrigue to what at times was a particularly routine press conference, despite the fact it had scale with some of the biggest names in boxing at the table. I don't know what you thought, Ad.
Yeah. I mean, Adam, I would have expected we'd see something like that from Deontay and AJ.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Listen, I'm on record of having thought processes and problems with Jarrell Miller having what he did a couple of years back. We're talking about a guy that has failed multiple drug tests, and some of the drugs that he put into his system. I mean, he was walking around like a pharmaceutical company at one point. It was ridiculous. Stuff like EPO, which you've got to obviously administer yourself. You can't put that into your system via a tainted supplement. So I've got strong feelings as to whether Jarrell Miller should be anywhere near a boxing ring. But I agree with what you boys have just referred to there. He was brought in to give it a little bit of life and a little bit of, despite what I think, he's an elite trash talker, and he most certainly rattled a couple of cages yesterday.
He sure did, but you don't think he should be anywhere near it, Adam? I noticed at the top of the show, Frank Warren told us on Miller, well, he's done his time, he served his time, he deserves the opportunity. You don't agree?
No, I think, listen, everybody can make a mistake, of course they can, and if you make a mistake, then you serve your time and you get a second opportunity. But when you make a mistake time after time after time after time again, and the type of things that he made the mistake doing, then I've got strong thought process on that. This is a very dangerous sport. You can cause some serious damage. What has boxing got to do to have a strong line against people that fail performance-enhancing drug tests?
What do you think is a more remarkable achievement, Adam? This card or the fight that will be announced later on, which has been made in February, and we know it has, Fury Usyk? What's a more remarkable achievement?
Wow, that's a good question. The more remarkable achievement, well, the one that I'm most excited about is obviously the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk are the premier heavyweights on the planet, and we want to see them in the ring, duking it out for the top spot and eradicating all doubt that maybe fight fans have had. We've been talking about this for a long period of time, 25 years since we've seen the undisputed championship. So to finally get one, you could probably class that as the more remarkable achievement, to get that over the line. I think the card that we experienced with the announcement yesterday is good. Like I said, there's great names on there, and it's exciting that all those promoters are working together, and hopefully this is the sign of things to come. When you look at the matchups, I don't think there's any matchup really there that any fight fan was clambering for. Nobody was making noise for any of those particular fights. But to see those fighters all on the same card and fingers crossed all going in the right direction for 2024 is a good thing.
Yeah. We are going to talk about what it's going to be like on the night on December the 23rd and who may do what. As Adam referred to in his last answer there is another big announcement later on today, and I'm inclined to agree with him. This is the one we cannot wait for, Simon. The undisputed, when Fury gets in with Usyk.
Yes, because of the reasons that Adam characterises it. I'm in a different camp. If this was a Wilder versus Joshua fight on this card, I would say for me that's the most intriguing heavyweight fight in boxing, right. Because it answers all the questions. Does Anthony Joshua have a career going forward? Is he capable of withstanding the power of Deontay Wilder? And it has this enormous effect upon me in terms of the sort of reaction, emotive reaction towards the fact that this is a fight which will have such intrigue. The Fury Usyk fight is more like a dance, and there's more strategy behind that one. And it's the undisputed, and I get it. But for me, if I was watching Joshua versus Wilder, in my mind, not in scale of opportunity, but in scale of interest, I'd be more interested in that fight than I would be Fury against Usyk.